Hello, my name is Satya Bhawani. I'm the CEO of the Center for Executive Education and the Disruptive Leadership Institute in New York. I'd like to share with you our books, what we call the Future Ready Leadership Book Series. It started off in 2010 when my research about developing the next generation of leaders, which I published in this book called the Coaching in Asia, the first decade in 2010. And then follow up from there, I look at how organizations can transform their leaders in the what we call the fourth industrial revolution. They include best practices, tools, framework, and case studies on how, including Microsoft, Starbucks, and many other organizations that have been very successful in preparing future leaders. So I encourage you to have a look at the book. And then come COVID in 2020, I developed the book, I published a book called The Leadership in Disruptive Time, where I focus on both the disruption at that time, focusing on the COVID-19 pandemic, and also the digital disruption, with many case studies, including the DBS, how DBS Bank in Singapore has transformed itself to be the world's best digital bank, how they transform. There are case studies including Microsoft, Satya Nadella, and also Starbucks on how they use the digital flywheel to transform their marketing strategy, and many other cases that you can find on how to lead with disruption or leading during time of disruption. Then further in 2023, I did a revision, an updated book called The Leadership Disruptive Time, Negotiating the New Balance. Here I was looking at the mega trend of disruption, which include not only what we experienced in the pandemic, we look at not only the digital disruption, future digital disruption, what are the technology like ChatGPT, which are covered here, and general artificial intelligence in future, which is very interesting. And we also talk about climate change, about the geopolitical shift, war between Russia and Ukraine, and the possible war US and China over Taiwan, and of course the new global order with the Trump administration, first administration, where start on the embarking on the tariff war with US and China, and today is more relevant in July 2025. We have seen the Liberation Day where Trump announced measures to levy tariffs worldwide on many countries and organizations are impacted by this tariff. So that is the Leadership Disruptive Time, and talking about the mega trend disruptors. And finally, our latest book in March this year, 2025, we published, we call The Making of a Crisis Leader. Here is a book that focuses on how do you develop leaders to be future ready for time of crisis, and what are the best practice tools, resources for boards, for C-suite leaders to be able to lead their team, and how can you prepare your team to be able and coach them, guide them, to inspire them to be able to be ready during time of crisis. How do you communicate? We have the crisis model, CRISIS, plus the communication model that we will share, and also we have best practice case study, including the famous CrowdStrike July last year, 2024, where the CrowdStrike, the vendor in US, which caused worldwide meltdown in terms of the disruption to organizational systems, IT systems worldwide, and we have details in there. And lastly, we have also include some of the tools that you can use to help your team to be ready, their template, their resources, to be ready for the times of crisis in the future.